The Kooks 1 7/8 inch long tube headers are a great choice for any 14 to 18 5.3 or 6.2 liter Silverado 1500 owner who might be looking to take their exhaust setup to the next level. This kit gives you that classic aggressive muscle car sound while delivering a pretty good increase in horsepower and torque figures. This one is one of the top options in the category in almost every way: construction, sound, performance, and install. If you're in the market for a set of headers, long tubes are the way to go if you're looking for a good increase in power all around, but more so at the top end of the RPM range. Long tubes, as opposed to shorties, have a longer primary tube length, which keeps exhaust gases separate from each cylinder for a longer period of time. Now, the 1 7/8 inch primaries fuse into 3-inch collectors for a smoother exhaust flow. It comes with 3/8 inch laser cut flanges for a perfect fitment to your 5.3 or 6.2 motor. The sound of a set of long tubes makes all the difference. You really can't mimic the sound of something like this makes. Now, like I said earlier, Kooks is one of the more premium options. Their long tubes include scavenging spikes, which help to reduce turbulence, which translates to having less back pressure and ultimately allows for more power. But it also helps to produce a different sound, so you can expect something deep, throaty, and extremely aggressive. Now, Kooks setup requires the use of a Kooks Y pipe. When grabbing long tube headers, keep in mind you're needing to rework parts of your exhaust to make it work. Going from stock length manifolds to long tubes, there's a big difference in size, so that mid pipe will need to change to make that accommodation. Now, you'll want to grab the same brand mid pipe as your long tubes when doing so. This promotes a perfect fitment and perfect performance. In this case, Kooks Long Tube Headers, Kooks Y pipe. The debate of the 1 7/8 inch versus 1 5/8 inch versus 1 3/4 inch primaries is one that has been beat to death over and over and over on forums for a long time. It's kind of exhausting. Ultimately, the size of your long tubes could make very little difference, if any, while running stock or lightly modded motors. Once you get into forced induction or heavily modded motors, then the long tube primary size makes all the difference. The 1 7/8 inch, being the larger diameter, would be best suited for those forced induction setups because it'll actually perform better than the smaller tubing, allowing for more airflow. Since you're pulling more in, you want to let more out. Now, if you're running a stock setup, this would work just fine without hindering performance. It's just going to be used to its fullest potential on higher horsepower forced induction motors. If you're working with a stock motor, you've got a few options depending on size preference, but if you're running a supercharger, then you're going to want to look toward the 1 7/8 inch here for better performance. This particular set comes in right around the $1,200 mark, which is on the higher end, but for a really good reason. It boasts 304 stainless steel mandrel bend tubing for increased airflow and efficient exhaust gas movement. Scavenging spikes are built in, like I said. Flanges are made from original CAD data for a perfect fitment, and it just sounds amazing. The installation for a set of long tubes for sure gets the full 3 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. You're looking at about a day's worth of work, and you want to have the entire toolbox on deck with this one. Obviously, install time will differ depending on your personal experience, but the general gist of it is it takes the better part of a day. It's something I would recommend for the professionals or those with some serious experience. That just about wraps up my review of the Kooks 1 7/8 inch long tube headers, which you can get right here for your 14 to 18 5.3 or 6.2 Silverado at AmericanTrucks.com.